A Mega Back Door Roth is going to help them retire successfully because they're going to put more money away now. They're going to pay their taxes now because they know what that is. Maybe they had some big losses in the stock market. I don't know. And then they're going to leave it in their 5 years. They're going to wait till they're 59 and a half, and they get to take all the gain out tax-free. What is a Mega Back Door Roth? If you have any idea what this is, you've heard this phrase.
So in some plans, because it has to be a plan that allows it,
Yes.
there is the ability for someone who's already made the full contributions that they normally can make. They can make extra contributions, and they do it because there's a benefit to them actually putting money in a plan and having it be Roth, and they've already paid the taxes.
Yes.
Is that close?
Kind of. That's actually a pretty comprehensive discussion.
Was it
Now,
mega enough? Mega enough?
It was mega enough. All
Okay.
right, so
That's what I'm worried
Mega
about.
Back Door Roth is when your plan has voluntary after-tax contributions. Voluntary, when you see the word voluntary in a plan document or plan adoption agreement, that means something very specific, not what you think it means, all right? Because an employee salary deferral, you can say, well, that's a voluntary contribution. Yes, it is voluntary. You don't have to do it. But that is referred to by the IRS as an employee salary deferral. The traditional ones for those are pre-tax, and your gain loss comes out taxable at the end. There's no cost basis, everything's taxed. In the old days, there used to be something called a voluntary after-tax contribution. And before 86, the gain, it was kind of like
so
Roth.
much more polite back then.
Yes. Before 1986, the gain was not taxed. Post 85, I think I got my years right, the gain was taxed. Okay? So now we stopped doing these because we've got safe harbor and all these other ways to take care of contributions for employees. But what happens with a Mega Back Door Roth is an employee can make a voluntary after-tax contribution in addition to their salary deferral, and then choose to turn that into Roth as soon as it goes into the plan.
Okay, so a Mega Back Door Roth is separate from pre-tax and Roth?
Yes, you will now have, let's think of employee deferrals as one type of contribution, whether or not it is pre-tax or Roth. That has its own set of limits, and testing applies on it one way. All right. Voluntary after-tax contributions, which is the first part of Mega Back Door Roth, which nobody talks about, but in order to get to the second part, you have to have the first part, which is a voluntary after-tax contribution, still comes from an employee, still 100% vested, but is tested very differently than the employee deferral. Where people get confused, like, well, I got a safe harbor match, I can just put all I want. No, you can't, okay? Because if the only person making a voluntary after-tax contribution is a highly compensated employee, you can't do it. It's failing testing. These contributions are subject to a separate non-discrimination test
So it's
than
opening
employee
a-
deferrals.
it's opening
You're
a new
opening,
door.
You're opening a
new
big
door.
new door. This is
It's
a great big bucket with a lot of complexity.
So you got 3 doors.
Yeah.
Well, you got
You have
One-
front door, the regular
way
front
too many
doors.
You got way too many doors. This is a house with a lot of doors, okay?
But to keep it simple, you have 3 doors. You have your pre-tax door, your Roth door, and there's also a Mega Back Door.
Well, yeah, but the problem with that, Zach, is when you're separating pre-tax deferrals from Roth deferrals. Don't. That's the problem, okay? Because that's one limit and one set of testing rules. The voluntary after-tax contributions have different limits and different testing rules. That's why we can't put them in the same door. They maybe should be in different houses, never mind separate buckets. Now, maybe a different zip code, okay? So, but why people want to do this is when $30,000 isn't enough of a Roth contribution. They want everything to be Roth, and their employer isn't putting any money in, or isn't putting enough that they, as much as they would like in. So that's why people think a Mega Back Door Roth is going to help them retire successfully because they're going to put more money away now. They're going to pay their taxes now because they know what that is. Maybe they had some big losses in the stock market. I don't know. All right. So they're going to make a larger Roth contribution this year, which is what it ends up being. and then they're going to leave it in there 5 years. They're going to wait till they're 59 and a half, and they get to take all the gain out tax-free.
So the why is the tax treatment.
The
of
why is the purpose of this is to have a larger Roth amount, a larger Roth account balance when your employer is not putting in as much money as you would like. Okay? Now then, so what should you watch out for, and what are some of the potential negatives of the backdoor Roth? Testing, separate testing. The only people asking us about this are highly compensated employees who are the only person in the plan who wants to make the contribution. Okay? This gets tested with regular discretionary matching contributions. And if you're not making any regular discretionary matching contributions, all right, and it's only a highly wanting to do this, you're going to fail testing. So that's the problem with this. People read a Time article, or does Newsweek still exist? Or they're going to read something online. TikTok's going to talk to them about it for 15 seconds, and they think they can do it. They can't. We take lots of phone calls about this, talking people off the ledge.
Well, it's a little esoteric, right?
It works for a very, very small segment of employees. Right. If you are in a really big company that's putting in enough employer money and so on and so forth, they can pass testing because they're going to want their executives to be able to do this. But if you're working in a 16-person law firm, okay, it's probably not going to work. Make an employer contribution and convert that to Roth instead of a Mega Back Door Roth. And converting, because the testing works out better for employers to make employer contributions pre-tax, convert that to Roth, than for the Mega Back Door Roth.
So this is really custom consulting.
Very, very,
this isn't
very
back,
custom
This is not
consulting.
back of the envelope.
No.
Right. So I would say if you're considering doing this, we're going to have some information on it. It's a great question to ask sales at hunterbenefits.com.
Exactly.
Because I think the explanation has been complex.
I'm doing the best I can.
And it's like doing surgery on yourself is hard to do just based off of a video. The same thing is true that actually you need Christopher to look at the real facts and circumstances,
absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
That's always the...
All right.
Okay.
So if people want to make a bigger Roth contribution later in life, if they haven't saved enough for retirement and they want a mega Roth contribution,
right,
then they should contact you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sales at Hunter Benefits is the way to go.
But you want the plan sponsor to contact you, not necessarily the employee?
Somebody who wants to be doing this is going to have this plan sponsor's ear, probably, usually. Okay? Now, obviously, if you're a non-highly compensated employee and your plan allows for this, you don't have any testing concerns. Okay? So it's perfect for them. So if this video has been helpful, please go watch our video, 5 Traits Holding You Back from Retirement.
And we would love to continue this conversation. At least Christopher would.
Don't you want to talk? Okay, we'll both talk to you. All right.
Well,
so
I'm
please,
just mega backdoor Roth. I'm just like, delegate that.
Okay. So
And
please,
sweetie, you can talk dirty to me later. About
okay. All right. So comment below or visit our website with our website with the link in the description. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.